Hello, I'm Callum Houston, and this is my Unchained Movie Review. This time I'm looking at The Ultimate Warrior, starring Brynner and Max von Sydow. It came out in 1975, which was a big year for some really intense cinema. Jaws was a big one. And you can feel the intensity in this movie as well, and that's something I really like about it. The movie takes place in New York City in the year 2012, after a virus has wiped out most of mankind. Brynner plays a traveling mercenary named Carson who puts himself out for hire. He's kind of like a gunfighter from an old western. It starts with Carson standing atop a vehicle like a statue, like a monument. He's been standing there for days. He's put himself on display for the highest bidder to retain him for his fighting services. I've never seen a scene in a movie where we meet the star in this manner. It's extremely unique and quite fascinating. Max von Sydow plays the Baron, the leader of a small gated community inside the city, and he hires Carson. The villain in this movie is a scary character called Carrot, played by William Smith. He's the leader of a gang that terrorizes the Baron's commune. William Smith is a pretty intimidating looking guy, and he usually plays bad guys in movies. And I have never seen him more frightening than he is in this film. He's a badass, cruel, sadistic motherfucker in this movie. Even his voice is threatening. The film takes place in a post-apocalyptic world like we've seen in The Omega Man and Soylent Green. The thing is, there's only a finite number of these movies from the 1970s, and it is a joy to find them. Now, I wasn't interested in it for years because I thought it was a kung fu movie. It kind of looks like it from the marketing and the title. But it's not. It's a really intriguing sci-fi action movie with some intelligence to it. Any movie with Max von Sydow is probably going to have an intellectual dimension to it. It was directed by Robert Klaus. Now, he directed Enter the Dragon, so this guy knows how to make a movie about badass, macho, violent men. The conclusion is absolutely incredible. William Smith has pursued Brynner relentlessly down a subway tunnel. And in the final standoff, Smith is dangling in a shaft, hanging onto a wire that's wrapped around Brynner's hand. And the only thing Brynner can do is cut off his own hand to free himself from Carrot, which he does. It's an incredible scene, and it just totally gives you your money's worth in 1975. The producers knew they had to give you a good shock, and that's exactly what Robert Klaus does at the end of this film. In the Orem Encyclopedia of Science Fiction, which is to me the Bible of sci-fi movie reviews, they say this movie is the precursor to 80s post-apocalyptic movies such as Escape from New York. I don't see it that way. I see it more as the last, or one of the last, classic Armageddon movies of the 70s that basically started with Planet of the Apes in 1968. So that's my review for this week, The Ultimate Warrior starring Brynner. I'm Callum Houston. Thank you for listening, and please check in again for my next Unchained Movie Review.